Have you ever noticed that God has a way of tearing down anything that competes with Him, even if it's something good? We usually think of idols as things like money, success, or relationships in this generation. You know, we don't have little statues usually, but there's another idol that is much more subtle. Sometimes we start idolizing and trusting our own spirituality more than we trust God. We become confident in our prayer life, in our biblical knowledge, our years in the church, or even our own ability to stand. Isn't that what Peter did? The night before the crucifixion, he looked at Jesus and said, "If everybody else denies you, I never will." Listen carefully to what he's saying. He wasn't bragging about Jesus. He was bragging about Peter. His confidence had shifted from the Savior to himself. So Jesus allowed Peter to be tested, not because he hated him, but because he loved him too much to let him build his identity on self-confidence. And you know the story. Before the sun came up, Peter had denied Jesus 3 times. And everything that he thought made him strong came crashing down. Why? Because God tears down every idol, even religious ones, and especially the ones that we don't recognize. Sometimes God will allow us to discover our weakness so we'll stop trusting ourselves and start depending completely on Him. And the greatest faith you can have isn't believing you'll never fail. It's believing that even after you failed, God's grace is still enough. So don't put your confidence in your consistency. I promise you it will fail. But put your confidence in God's faithfulness and you'll do all right. Because the strongest Christians aren't the ones who think they're incapable of falling. They're the ones that know without Him, they can do nothing.